So here we are. That's why this is kind of a rematch of sorts.
You got to understand something. O'Malley was trying to leave, and Brimstone just pushed him, and it made it look like O'Malley was starting something. It wasn't O'Malley. It was Brimstone and John Taylor.
Well, if you say so, Brandon. We do know that John Taylor and Brimstone, although just like O'Malley and Charlie Ace, are kind of brand new together with this tag team stuff. They worked pretty well together in that wild card match, and I do believe they'll work well together here tonight. I do believe that Steve O'Malley and Charlie Ace could work well together if they can get along. But this contest has started, one fall, 15-minute time limit. The official for this contest, Matthew Gibson.
It's not about getting along for Charlie Ace and Steve O'Malley. It's about Charlie Ace actually listening to what O'Malley's got to say and doing.
Oh, wait a minute. Charlie Ace wants Brimstone.
Boy's got a death wish, don't he?
He wants Brimstone, maybe perhaps wants some retaliation. Brimstone threw him around the ring during that wild card match, and it looks like, I'm not sure what Charlie Ace's game plan is here, but he's taking Brimstone around the ring and now in, and this is not good. Oh, God!
Can you get his tombstone ready? Because that's where he's headed, to the graveyard.
He planted Charlie Ace onto the mat.
I mean, I'll say this: I don't get along with Brimstone and nothing like that, but I sure as hell wouldn't pick a fight with him like that, like Charlie Ace here did. That's just a death wish.
I wouldn't either. I don't know if that was very wise of Charlie Ace. You saw Steve O'Malley kind of admonishing him a little bit for choosing to do that. Definitely not a way you want to start this contest off. Tag to John Taylor, and it appears a tag to Steve O'Malley as well as we get this contest started.
Well, O'Malley's got to save the team right now, and he's just going to have to keep Charlie Ace on the apron because he's not going to listen to Steve O'Malley.
Collar elbow tie up into a wrist lock now applied by Steve O'Malley to John Taylor, who are no strangers to facing off with one another, Brandon. And, emphatic. Looking to break that wrist. I mean, Steve O'Malley is as vicious as they come, Brandon.
He is. I mean, he's ruthless. He's cunning. He can do it all. I mean, but he's a veteran. That's what makes him so good at what he does. But you don't want to meet him in a dark alley ever.
Well, as John Taylor has reversed the wrist lock into a wrist lock of his own, we have spoke about it many times in the past. Steve O'Malley has done just about everything there is to do in Diamond Championship Wrestling. The only championship he has not held is the Tag Team Championship. And, you know, I will say Steve O'Malley's luck has been kind of so-so here lately. He's won matches, but when it's time to pick up a championship, when it's time to wrestle in a championship match here lately, it doesn't seem like he can get the job done. So do you think that's why maybe he's involved in tag team wrestling right now? Maybe trying to pick up that last championship that has escaped him, if you will? Big hip toss!
Yeah, and I'd say that, you know, maybe he's just trying to get his footing back, get his confidence back. Maybe he's lost a little bit of that, but I think O'Malley's okay. It's just, you know, most of the time when he's been in the big matches, he's got cheated out of the title, like with old Loser Rob and all that. He's gotten cheated out of stuff like that. So I think he just needs a confidence builder.
Well, I don't know about being cheated, but I do agree with you. Maybe perhaps he needs a confidence builder. Big splash by John Taylor in the corner. And now Bulldog for good measure. John Taylor looking strong so far in this tag team contest. Going for the cover. Kick out by Steve O'Malley.
Yeah, he's looking strong, but he just came up a little short on that one.
Well, back to the tag team of Brimstone and John Taylor. One would say that this is almost like the perfect storm, if you will. I mean, I'm sure both men did not expect to team with each other on Wild Card Night, but they've definitely made the most of it. Big double back elbow by Brimstone and John Taylor. Now referee position, kick out though by Steve O'Malley.
Yeah, I would say that was kind of a perfect storm for Brimstone and John Taylor because, you know, Brimstone's got the loaded gloves and Taylor's got no wins. He's got to ride the coattails of the cheater.
Beautiful butterfly suplex by Brimstone. Now in position. Steve O'Malley looking rough right now, but he does get his shoulder up. Not good so far for the tag team of Steve O'Malley and Charlie Ace, Brandon.
No, it's not looking too good right now. I think Charlie Ace has brought this tag team down a lot, and that's why O'Malley's struggling so much.
Well, here's the question I pose to you. If Steve O'Malley and Charlie Ace can get the job done tonight, do you think they'll continue to team up, Brandon, or do you think this is a one and done?
If they can win and Charlie Ace can maybe follow the rules and maybe, you know, learn from O'Malley, this may have a chance.
Nice tag team maneuver by Brimstone and John Taylor. Going for the cover. Steve O'Malley kicks out. This has been almost all Brimstone and John Taylor thus far, Brandon.
It has. They've dominated this entire match so far, but mainly, like I said, was, Charlie Ace has dragged this tag team down trying to go after Brimstone. That was a bad move right off the bat.
Well, I agree that was a bad move. Drop kick to the leg of Steve O'Malley. However, Steve O'Malley has spent most of the time in this match. Very nice maneuver by John Taylor. Dropping the fist on Steve O'Malley for good measure. Hooking the leg. Could this be it? Kick out by Steve O'Malley. John Taylor picked up his first victory here on DCW-TV just last week on our Thursday edition of DCW-TV when he took on Charlie Ace in singles competition, Brandon.
I know it. I saw it. And
jawbreaker.
Congratulations to Mr. Taylor for getting Morton Server of the Year of 2020.
Oh, stop. Don't start with that. Come on now. We were doing so well until you started with stuff like that. Steve O'Malley has taken over the contest, whipping John Taylor into the rope. Oh, what a vicious clothesline by Steve
took his
O'Malley.
Head off. He took his head off with that one. Did you see? That's why O'Malley is one of the top in DCW.
That could be it right there. That could be it.
That's it. Oh, my God. I don't know how Taylor got his head up on that one.
His eyes flashed over, Brandon. That was a hell of a clothesline by Steve O'Malley. I will say this much. Steve O'Malley is vicious as they come. Speaking of vicious, that suplex right there. But I will say that he is probably one of the most underrated guys in our locker room, in our DCW locker room right now, Brandon, as he tags in Charlie Ace. A big kick to the midsection.
Yeah, that's the problem with DCW, the talent here in DCW. They do underestimate Steve O'Malley. Oh, what a
hip toss.
Yeah, hip toss. Sorry about that. I've never seen Charlie Ace do a wrestling move before.
You're not in the wormhole right now, are you?
Not yet, but it looks like I'm going down it.
Boston Crab applied by Charlie Ace. A submission maneuver. Typically Charlie Ace is more of a high flyer, so this is an interesting offense. Not a bad one, though, by Charlie Ace.
He learned that. He learned that from Steve O'Malley in the training session. Steve O'Malley's actually trying to teach him some stuff.
But John Taylor managed to get to the rope, and now Matt Gibson trying to get him off. Oh, if he would have got the 5, that would have been disqualification. And see now, wait a minute, a little bit of arguing between Charlie Ace and Steve O'Malley. And now John Taylor, Charlie Ace has him by the leg. He's trying to get the Brimstone. Enziguri, very nice, and tagged the Brimstone.
What an enziguri. Brimstone just took his head off with that clothesline.
And Brimstone coming in hot. German suplex on
Oh, my God. He broke him in half.
I think he landed on his head. That's it. No, it's not. Oh, my. I don't see how Charlie Ace kicked out of that German suplex. Good God almighty.
I have no clue how he kicked out of that German suplex. He landed right on his head. I think he broke him in half, and now Brimstone's just going to destroy Charlie Ace. Look at Steve O'Malley. Just looking. Oh, flatliner. That's got to do it.
Brimstone has just been bringing it to poor Charlie Ace. We saw it a few weeks ago at Wild Card Night. He just ripped him to shreds, and this is kind of par for the same course. And now into the buckle, tag to John Taylor. And I will say, Brandon, it seems like John Taylor and Brimstone have worked very well as a tag team.
Oh, they're naturals.
Nice
you can look at this. I think this is I'm not going to joke. I'm going to just say this. I think this is the best John Taylor's looked. And, I think Brimstone's kind of leading in the wrong direction, but at the same time, they're looking good as a tag team, and they're pretty much dominating Steve O'Malley and Jordan.
The leadership of Brimstone could definitely help John Taylor out, I think. Turn things around here in Diamond Championship Wrestling. He did pick up his first win here on DCW-TV just last week. And, he would be carrying a lot of momentum if they could win tonight. And they are almost dominating this match, I would say.
I'll say this about John Taylor. He's gaining some momentum. After that win, that gave him a confidence builder, and now him and Brimstone are just lights out right now.
Absolutely, and Charlie Ace is not in a position he wants to be. Oh, God, Brimstone just manhandling Charlie Ace. The size difference is obvious there. Brimstone almost having his complete way with Charlie Ace. Steve O'Malley looks frustrated. Oh, God.
He just knocked him clean out. Did you see his eyes go to the back of his head?
I think that's it, Brandon. I think that's it right there. Matt Gibson in position, but Charlie Ace managed to get his shoulder up surprisingly enough.
And O'Malley, Brimstone just knocked O'Malley, but I was going to say O'Malley don't even look like he cares what's happening to Charlie Ace at this point.
Well, they're not exactly friends. Oh, wait a minute. Charlie Ace drop kicked to Brimstone. Nice counter.
I don't even know how Charlie Ace is standing.
Up, crossbody by Charlie Ace. The Brimstone managed to get the big man off his feet. Kick out, though, and John Taylor to break it up for good measure. What a tag team contest so far.
This has been a great way to open up DCW-TV and use that hashtag DCW-TV. Here comes, oh my goodness, Charlie Ace. Double feet to the face of Brimstone. And now he's going to the top rope. What is Charlie Ace going for? High risk, high reward here.
Just hit him with a 619, and now Swanton up the top gracefully, but planting Brimstone. Could this be it? John Taylor in the nick of time.
I tell you what, Charlie Ace, and I'm going to give it to him right now, he is fighting on his own. He has got no help at this point, really. What's Steve O'Malley doing?
It looks like things are breaking down between the two. And the John Taylor now bringing it to both men. Clothesline over the top. There goes Steve O'Malley. Charlie Ace now dumping John Taylor. Super fist. Oh my God!
He folded him up like an accordion. That is it. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. In dominating fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, still to come here tonight on DCW-TV, the Rude Crew Ludu Chris PABST, the new DCW Gulf Coast champion, will defend that Gulf Coast championship in a rematch against Mac Daddy Duds. Now, we all know that it wasn't long ago, just a few weeks ago, that Chris PABST would shock the DCW fan base when he would defeat Mac Daddy Duds in Wild Card Night to become the Gulf Coast champion, dethroning the longest reigning Gulf Coast champion in DCW history. Mac Daddy Duds looks to get revenge and, most importantly, get his championship back here tonight on DCW-TV. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have enjoyed this episode of DCW-TV thus far. And before we get into our main event of the evening, let's talk about next week. Brandon, next week's going to be basically the night of hell for Vladimir Koloff. And this is why. He's got 2 matches next week on DCW-TV. And not only that, he has 2 championship matches next week on DCW-TV. First and foremost, Vladimir Koloff is having a champion versus champion match. He will defend his DCW Heavyweight Championship against the Combat Wrestling League Heavyweight Champion, who will be putting his championship on the line. And here's the kicker for you. It's Van Vicious.
Oh, man, this is not going to be a good week for me. First off, Koloff is a very good friend of mine. I go to Russia with him. I go to Miami with Van. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know why we got to have this match. I don't know why these two have got to fight each other, because I just don't know. I don't know why CWL wants to do this. They're trying to make me have a nervous breakdown.
Well, that's going to be an interesting match, and the commentary will certainly be interesting. And then, Brandon, in addition to that, Vladimir Koloff will be teaming with Charles West, and we're still not even sure how that's going to work, to defend the DCW Tag Team titles in a rematch against Jarrell Maxwell, LB Hughes, War, and Beast. That's going to be an interesting match, to say the least, Brandon.
It is. It's going to be very interesting because we don't know where Charles stands. Why is he even out here? The wild card match, you come in, Vladimir Koloff does all the work, Charles West has reaped the rewards, but yet I don't know if Vladimir Koloff can trust Charles West. And why is Vladimir Koloff in 2 matches? Why is DCW management doing this to Vladimir Koloff?
Well, he wants gold. He wants to defend titles. That's exactly how this is going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, the night of hell for Russian destruction, Vladimir Koloff.
Gratitude, boy. I know this is showing a little bit of feelings, and I don't have feelings.
because of Thanksgiving. I'm mad because old Chris Pell, he came in and he stole my championship. Some rookie, some can't nobody. G4, this guy had never even won a match. He shouldn't even be in the ring with me. It was wild card night, and yeah, it was wild card night. Guess what? Like always, on these stupid little card nights, Mac Daddy just didn't win nothing. That's why I don't go to the casino no more. I don't eat crab legs. I'll be mad. It's all Chris Pat's fault. Now tonight I get my rematch, and I'm gonna get my title back, and I'm gonna gain a little weight. Yeah, I am. But bring that chump out here now, so he can get the beat down he deserves. He ain't got nothing to say. He ain't got nothing to say. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, who gave him a microphone? Shut up for a second. You're not the Gold Coast champ anymore. I am. I was always told to come dressed for the job you want. I came 2 weeks ago. I came dressed as this clown and left as a new DCW Gold Coast champ. He can't do that! He doesn't have
This is definitely going to be an interesting contest, I would say. Mac Daddy Dud certainly did not believe at Wild Card Night that he would lose his Gulf Coast Championship and lose it to, of all people, a rookie. As you can see, Gulf Coast Championship is on the line. One fall, 30-minute time limit. Our official for this contest, Don White Shoes Gravatt.
Right now, CC, go ahead.
But you can start.
Would you say that Chris PABST is probably the breakout star on the Gulf Coast in 2020?
I would say so, Brandon. I would say so. I mean, you mentioned it before. He's took guys like the heavyweight champion Vladimir Koloff. He's taken Rob Cabela to their limits. I mean, Mac Daddy Duds, he beat the longest reigning Gulf Coast champion, and he beat him all in his rookie year.
I would say Chris PABST has made a. There's Mac Daddy doing them underhanded tactics that I caught him doing this last week.
Attacking him from behind, and now this contest has started. Gulf Coast Championship on the line. Mac Daddy Duds looking to do whatever it takes to get the championship back to become a 3-time Gulf Coast champion. And now Chris PABST, though, firing away at the challenger. It's hard to believe that Mac Daddy Duds is the challenger for the Gulf Coast Championship, and yet here we are.
Yes, that's uncharted territories really for Mac Daddy Duds, because usually he's the one's got the gold and he's defending it, but tonight he's in there with the rookie challenging.
Not just the rookie, but the champion. The Gulf Coast champion. And now Mac Daddy Duds has lost all those advantages that he would have in the past to keep the championship. He has to beat Chris PABST in the middle of that ring if he wants it back, Brandon. But Chris PABST whipping him into the buckle and boot to the face.
This is Sparta!
With authority.
Big boot. You got to give credit where credit's due with Mac Daddy, whether you agree with his tactics or not. He is a veteran in the ring, and he's one of the best on the Gulf Coast.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Brandon. I agree with you. And now he's got him up. Could be that. Oh no, very impressive. That could be it right there. White Shoes in position. Shoulder up by Chris PABST. So this contest goes on.
In position. Now I will say this: if that was it took White Shoes about 5 seconds to get down there and count. He could have already counted the 3. Mac Daddy would be the champion.
Wait a minute.
But here we go. Roll up.
Wait a minute. Roll up. In position. 2. Kick out by Mac Daddy Duds. Mac Daddy taking control back in this match. And now, wait a minute. Chris PABST now rolling him up again. Oh, but no, Mac Daddy Duds managed to get out. And now taking back control. Kick to the mid. Oh, that may have been a little low.
I think it was a little low. But unlike me being in the ring and being the ref, I would have saw that. Don White Shoes couldn't see.
Well, very interesting to hear you accuse Mac Daddy Duds of going low. If this was a week ago, you wouldn't have done that. But nevertheless, throwing him through the ropes.
But, well, you know, I've been trying to fix the DCW referees for a long time, and after I get in the ring, you see things that, you know, you normally don't. And I've caught Mac Daddy cheating.
There you go. You've heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. With authority, though. Planting Mac Daddy Duds into the ring. And the fight on the outside has begun here in our main event contest for the DCW Gulf Coast Championship. The Rude Crude Lose.
PABST taking it right to him. He's not backing down from Mac Daddy Duds. He's playing Mac Daddy Duds' game right now.
Absolutely. Oh, no. Could be Chop City.
Woo.
And Chris PABST has definitely won over the fans of DCW. What a chop by the Rude Crude Dude.
Yeah, they're all over Chris PABST. They love him here in Pascagoula.
And now cover.
It's either they love him or just hate Mac Daddy.
Well, that could be the case as well. Kick out by Mac Daddy Duds. Now kick to the midsection, and Mac Daddy trying to take back control here in this Gulf Coast Championship match. I mean, he has to be frustrated, Brandon, body slam by Mac Daddy Duds. He has to be frustrated. And now...
Yes. He's very frustrated, but look at Mac Daddy. He's now taking control of Chris PABST.
Leg drop. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I think he moved. I think PABST moved.
He did.
Shoulder up by Mac Daddy Duds. This contest goes on. What a DCW-TV this has been thus far, Brandon. And now Mac Daddy Duds, kicking him in the back of the head, planting him to the mat for good measure, Brandon.
Yeah, it's been a great DCW-TV, and use that hashtag DCW-TV.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you think of the show.
And now submission maneuver by Mac Daddy Duds on their Chris PABST. Now this is going to be time to test the wherewithal of the champion Chris PABST. If he can handle big match moments, big matches like this. I mean, it's one thing to win in a cradle to beat the longest reigned champion in Mac Daddy Duds, but it's another thing to try to retain the title. The target is now on you when you're the champion, Brandon.
It is. You got a bullseye on your back, but the thing in this match right here, in just my opinion, the longer the match goes, the more it favors Mac Daddy Duds.
I mean, I do agree with that. And now another schoolboy roll-up by Chris PABST. White Shoes in position. Kick out, though, by Mac Daddy Duds. And we've really been seeing the paradigm shift here in DCW here lately. Championships are changing hands. I mean, we could see some championships change hands next week here on DCW-TV. I mean, we could see a change tonight. I mean, a lot is going on here in Diamond Championship Wrestling. Mac Daddy Duds.
It really is. And the thing with next week is, I don't know what I'm going to do. I may pull all my hair out.
You may very well. You may very well. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear that commentary. Nevertheless, Mac Daddy Duds. Mac Daddy Duds going to the top. Let's hear you get excited, Brandon. What is this, Brandon?
It's the Boogie Woogie.
It's the Boogie Woogie. Frog Splash. Nice, impressive. 1, 2, but kick out by Chris PABST. This contest continues. Come on, Brandon. You should
I'll
be
say this
excited.
right now, Mac Daddy's in control. You know, it's just
Doesn't feel
my
right.
feelings are hurt a little bit with Mac Daddy right now.
Doesn't feel right. Gotcha. And now I think Chris PABST is trying to go for that Olympic slam.
Or if he hits that, it could be ball game. But you know the thing with Mac Daddy here is that he's been in these championship matches before. He's had to defend his title. This is Chris PABST's first title defense.
Absolutely right. Mac Daddy Duds has been there as far as the defending champion many a time. Longest reigning DCW Gulf Coast champion has a sleeper hold applied on the Chris PABST right now. After PABST tried to hit him with that Olympic slam, that seems to be his calling card here lately. But this could be it. Arm is down for the 1. It's down for 3.
Put him to sleep. He may have put him to sleep here.
They have a new Gulf Coast champion right here. All it's got to do is out. Oh, wait a minute, no. Still some life left in Chris PABST. Now shots to the gut. Chris PABST firing on all cylinders. Whipping him into the ropes. Clothesline by Chris PABST. And the straps come down. The straps come down. Mac Daddy Dodd's in a position he does not want to be in. And Olympic slam planting Mac Daddy Dodd.
That's ball game.
1, 2, 3. That's it. PABST retains.
Well, PABST has proved that his title win was not a fluke. He's on a roll here in DCW, one of the breakout stars of 2020.